Hello, everybody. I'm going to do a quick recap of how Friday's picks went of the top 7 stock buy and hold list. Just kind of going through everything and seeing exactly how we done. Most picks were great. There were a few that throughout the day that I made different changes to. So we start with number 7, Evoke. Man, just had a terrific day. 9.48%. That PDUFA date is coming up, and we're starting to see some load up. You can tell by the volume as you look right there. 1.45 million of volume is really great, especially on an average volume of 365. So I'm very encouraged by this. I think it's way undervalued. I think a $5 price target is what I'm expecting on this. Now, my plan, this is just my personal plan. My plan is to hold this thing until we get right up to PDUFA date, and then I'll probably sell before the decision is made. I don't like holding throughout a PDUFA FDA decision, just because I've just been burned in the past. And so that's just me. That's just how I invest. That's what I do. Anyway, number 7, Evoke. I'm expecting great things to continue. I think you will see this on the list that I'll put out late Sunday. So anyway, Evoke. All right, next, HPQ. HPQ had a really decent day, really high volume. Some of the things that are going on with HPQ is that on Monday it's going to pay a dividend. So I'm holding through the dividend just to go ahead and get it. Ex-dividend date is Monday. I'm in the stock still. Pretty great return, 5.71%, a little bit up in aftermarket. Also, it was announced that they get to keep all the money that they got from that previous settlement. So I do expect this one to climb even further, so it's not even close to where I think it will get. As you can see, the volume was good at 19.47 million versus an average of 15.34. So continued strength, continued price strength. I like this one very much. Next is HCHC. I still own this guy. I had to pay $3.20 to get into it. I just had a hard time getting in. I wasn't as patient as I like to, so I really didn't make very much on it. But there was more insider purchasing reported on late Friday. So very excited going into next week what's going to happen with this guy. I will be holding this one for a while. As you can see, the volume is great, insider activity is great, everything is pointing in the right direction for this company, so I'm very excited about it. So anyway, you'll see on the list coming up probably on Sunday, this one will probably return to the list. NBRV, okay, so NBRV, it's just not gaining the type of traction I would like to see. I see that huge volume, and that's great and everything, but I'm nervous about I don't know, I'm just nervous about it. I throughout the day, it had really poor price strength, and it had a few sell factors that kind of happened that I look at. I plan on this next week doing a video. I'm working on getting editors for these videos so that I can provide a better product for all of you. And anyway, I'm going to be covering a kind of a 3 strikes you're out type of rule of what I look at for selling a stock and why I would move away from a stock. NBRV has upcoming PDUFA date, but it's most likely that they are going to get a CRL due to one of their manufacturing facilities is in Europe, and because of COVID, the FDA is not allowing employees to inspect outside of the United States. So that being done, I expect them to receive a CRL. They have a lot of other great news, and it is a great company. I sold it. I got rid of it. If you subscribe to me on Stocktwits, you would have saw that. I put out a message saying that I sold it. Like a 2% gain, so really, really small gain, but I just had my doubts of whether it'd be good going forward. Okay, next pick is PK, number 3 PK. So I sold PK for a 16% gain. It had many sell factors that kind of happened late in the afternoon. It just kept having validation after validation, red line after red line, red bar after red bar, and so I did decide to sell it. But I still think it was a great investment. 16% gain. I feel really good about it. Hopefully, all of you did that. I put in that order right around 1:37 p.m. because I was tired of seeing it just kind of slowly drop, and so. that'll happen. You got to take profits when you can, and that was a great pick. But I'll most likely come back to it if there's more insider activity. But for right now, it's going to be removed from the list. Next is PSNL. I sold this one also. I put out the sell notification on Stocktwits. So you want to follow me on Stocktwits, but you also want to sign up for those notifications so that you get those. But I sold it for a 9% gain, put in that sell notification right around 852. It was just barely up, and there were lots of sell factors that kind of came in there, is the reason that I sold. And I will be covering that in an upcoming video, exactly what I look at. So look for that coming up. Also, I would recommend please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a great deal. Please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button also. That really helps us out. And then if you could just click that little bell there by the subscribe button, to get notifications when the new videos come out. I would just not want you to miss out on some of these great picks before, as I put them out. You want to be the first one to get in on those and be the first one to kind of take advantage. Anyway, okay. Last but not least, number one on the list was USX. It had a very good day. Overall, I had over a 4% personal return. And if you followed all these picks and bought them and sold them and followed all the things, you should have had the same type of return. So it was a really good, solid day. So far this year, I'm up 61% in these top 7. 61% in the last 30 days. I don't know why I said in the last year. In the last year, I believe it's somewhere around 170% up. So following insiders and following these FDA approvals, they are very good ways to be able to buy and hold, at least for a few days. Not where you have to day trade, where you can feel pretty confident that those are going to sell. USX, I saw some... I was up 14% in it, and then also there was a couple of things that kind of triggered the sell signals for me, and so at 9:07 I put out a notification on that saying that it was time to sell. I'll have the new list come out Sunday evening, and look for updates and improvements to this list and improvements to my channels with editing and so on and so forth. I think you'll be happy with how it goes. Anyway, if you have any comments, please fill them out in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to answer any comments that you might have. And anyway, have a great week.